But
Are
that's up
you
to
at
you.
war with the Great Ring Prophet?
Who?
No, you might as well be.
Who? Darius or me? Or someone else?
Are you a dwarf?
Oh, no. Thank God.
I found the main stunt of my problem.
Ah, okay.
I found his main army. Right, I'm gonna tell you his main army. You ready? Got Thorek. Admiral.
Well, I don't know
He's
the
got he's
dwarves
got
that
him.
well,
He's
so.
got a broomsmith.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a gold shield warrior, pretty handy.
Those are really
Iron
good.
hammer warrior. He's
Okay.
got two dwarf warriors. He's got long beards. He has one hammer of grudge settlers. He has four regular blast binding charges. He has drake and axe throwers. He has three rangers, two thunder deers, and a gyrocopter of grudge settlers. I'm going to bomb him.
I gotta make sure I'm live. Hold on 1 second, chat. We are good. I can give one. Hold on. I'll read what you said in a second, Darius. I heard what James said, but about the dwarf. Alright, there we go. I want to make sure we were up and running so I can do my turn pretty quickly. I already know what I need to do, so I can give one of these armies a free steam tank. Well, give it one then. That'll help even more, because that might give you a freebie auto resolve. It might be close to a Fyric victory, but as long as you don't lose anything, it won't matter. It'll still be basically a hand-me-down. Is what they call that. That's a hand me this battle real quick. But welcome everyone. Welcome back. Let's go to the Ice Court real quick. We have a decision to make for our new Ice Witch Lord. Or Lady. I don't know why it does say Ice Witch Lady, but hey. Just because, you know, lords and ladies. And lady is like the other term of saying lord. But the same definition. But she got a choice. We can either make her ice or tempest. Now we're gonna make her tempest. I wish. Hold on. Can I? I can't. See, I wanted to like highlight it, but it won't let me. I can't remember which one. Okay, that's the Frost Heart. Well, she already has that. Our Lady Tazarina. So we're gonna make a Tempest Ice Witch. As our next commander to fill in the two armies that are going to be in the south, as I mentioned yesterday. So Tempest. Her name is Lubova Citra, Citra, something like that. Or it could be Chaitra, but I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Lubova. Alright. He's still recruiting, so this is first thing we need to do. We need to recruit more people for our dude here. Since he's our main kind of line guy. Who's going to be helping our new Ice
You should
Witch.
get main blind guy.
Yes, main blind guy, yes.
Don't tell me he's a lawyer as well.
Yeah, yes, he is. I also gave him a red suit, even though it's very conflicting to our blue.
Yeah. No, that's just a great orthodox. or was it your father's secret?
It turns out it's Boris. He would be so much bigger, though. He would be blind, but also bigger, have the strength of a bear, and wearing a demon suit. A latex demon suit. I don't know if I liked it that my image pictured that. Oh man, good stuff. It's really hilarious to be fair. Let's get two Strelessis in here. Or Streltsies. And then he's got one more thing he can recruit. Okay, what should be the final thing I give you? A free pack of Angry Bears? I'm thinking a free pack of Angry Bears, just overall. Because you've got the sleds. You still don't have a lot of cav. I feel like we need more cav. But I think for now, I think just a pack
Fuck
of
it.
angry
I'm gonna
polar
play
bears.
with my angle grinder.
I'll have to get Darius's guns later. He's getting destroyed by me and done this.
I'm gonna play with my angle grinder, okay?
Alright, well, Bellicor is on the warpath to different things.
It's doing that to impress me. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to impress you if he's dead, so good luck to him.
And you know what? I'm willing to give it anyone. That one wish of their desire if they kill Bellicor.
So I will give you one wish of anything you want. Settlement,
Anything
whatever
more.
you need, but only if you kill Bellicor. That is ironic as hell.
Yeah! He was a little bitch.
And he is, you are correct, he very much is.
That's all, he betrayed you as well.
I'm not Slanesh right now, but yes, he did. Like, he doesn't concern me as Kislev either way right now, because he's not close enough to be a concern. But, as Slanesh, yes, he's very much a traitor. I kill him every time I see him. As Nakari. Every time he tries to set foot on that high elf island, I go what's called my path C for Nakari to make him stronger, and I just take all of Bellicor's shit from him, giving me a off-island settlement and sub base to kind of filter the donut war. Then I return to the donut. But
Right.
because I just
I'm opening my new angle
it's
grinder.
just terrible.
In this case, do I get blades with it though?
Oh, I just realized I don't want him to get those. I'm down. Take these off, sir. You're an adamant. I keep forgetting this is my adamant. Which was a way you could, like, when they were in this seat, they wouldn't have their weapons. So it would tell my mind, this guy isn't a fighter. This is one of our mayors, essentially.
Oh shit, I have to go back and buy the blades. That's fine. And while you're doing your turn, I'm gonna go for a shit, so I'll be right back.
Alright. Let's just max out the discipline. Hey, why don't I get one of those? Yeah, I do think that is strange. Empire doesn't have this mechanic as well, or at least a similar version. Especially since what I think it should be is you should be able to appoint, you know how you appoint your elector counts? They should do similar things to what the Adamants do. It's kind of strange they don't. I guess they just wanted the Kislevians to have something of their own. I'm the Empire with elector counts. I agree with that. But I guess it was from a gameplay perspective, they didn't want them to be too similar to each other, since they are technically different. So I guess they said, alright, well, the elector counts give you special ROR units you can keep getting back. Whereas for us, it's about money and economy. Or it's about economy and, like, faith. That's what our Adamants do the most of, is faith, recruitment, setup, and money. That's really all they do. Which is a godsend because devotion is really important. And in the new way they did the setup. Interesting. They're trying to retreat home. So Grolok is trying to head home and recuperate. He's got that, what do you call it? He's got that angry Rajang following him along with a hero. The hero that died earlier, Scar Bloodbath. Or Scar Bloodwrath. So they're heading back to recruit. The other main army, Zal, is returning to the Hell Pit, probably to try to do the same thing. Arbal's prepping up. He must be coming back soon. If he's not back at somewhere in his home territory somewhere right now. Can't remember how many turns it's been. I think it hasn't been that long, so I don't think he's quite here yet. But Okay. Still crazed out. It takes level 20 for her to get that. Okay, so we can't do any of that. Let's get scouting. Let's max out scouting so there's chances to get more items. When the queen is fighting something with her maiden. Okay. Recruiting has been set up. He should have a full 20 stack next turn, right? We checked this one last time because the next turn's got to go to walls. So yeah, 2 turns. He's a 20 stack. He's ready to go. Then we can let him deal with the goats. Let him deal with the goatmen. Okay. That means we can focus hardcore into my ultimate objective. So alright, Gabriel. Continue your path towards the angry red demon himself. And then Castalton, you're still healing, so we'll leave you in here one more turn. Actually, I say that, but we need to get over the swords we're tracking. Let's force march our way over there.
Can we appreciate that my camera wasn't on and I did not all fall over and nearly into my chair?
What? What?
Turns
What
out
are you
whether
doing over
apparently
there?
I can't sit right.
What are you doing over there?
I was trying to sit down, but apparently I tripped over myself and I can't sit down. I tried sitting down like I normally do, but apparently my feet went, yeah, not today.
Your brain was like, what do you
not rich."
mean? We're going down. James is like, it's time to go down. Alright, we need another church. That sucks. This is why it's both a curse and a blessing that I don't walk. Oh, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Alright, me put it on Darius' third. We are pretty much ready to set up for war. The queen is going to defend the father. Gavriel and Castalton are going to begin their assault. And then, well, after I deal with the goatmen, I'm actually going to fight the goatmen first, since we're already at war with them. So the first battle we're doing is I'm going to go back to my new 20 stack here in 2 turns. And we're going to hit some goats in the face for their stupidity. Also, welcome, Fazir. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So Ardat, still think Gorbat has a chance?
I mean, if you leave him alone enough, yes.
Jesus, you already have those? Oh, you can instantly make the one that's not a 20 basically a 20. I see what you mean. And these two right here, this horse thing that did, I know what that is, but let's just say that would definitely, especially if it's mostly gobos, dear God, the damage those will do. Yeah, no, you actually might be able to easily just make that an auto-resolve, depending on what he's got comp-wise. If his comp's terrible, that'll be a freebie, is what that you'll get from that, so. You won't have to manual that like I'm going to have to manual the frozen landing. Once that fight starts. I need to do it before Karolak gets back and actually recruits enough to come help, though. Another thing is, my main army that's going to kill the goats has to go deal with Zal in the Hell Pit. And I guess my biggest worry is he can appear in any of these. Any of these stacks that are still alive, he can technically, if he's not back yet, just be, one of these lords could just be replaced and boom. Hey look, Arball's back! So, that is a bit concerning, which is why I'm doing it the way I am. To be a little bit more safe. Oh, it's a Fyric, but that's a freebie. That's with one army? Well... Yeah, his comp is... Oh, at least he has some squigs. Because he is at least known for some squiggies. But... There's more orcs than he normally has. He's got the broken tooths, it looks like. But what is this? Why are there goblin spearmen? Why are there night goblins? Why are there night goblin archers? Why are there goblin spider rider archers instead of more squigs? The ogres are fine. The trolls are fine. Oh, God. I think the only ones who are not fully still behaving like they should is the orcs. For some reason, they're still everywhere with their comps. Don't know why. They're not spamming anymore, and thank God they're not spamming gobos anymore as much, but that's still too... The only reason why I think he's even getting a Fyric victory is all the trolls. It's all the trolls and the fact he does have an egg hunter and at least 3 broken tooths. That's the reason why he's getting a Fyric. If it weren't for them, he'd either be a close or a guaranteed decisive with just one army. And if you pulled the other one in there, it's going to immediately become a decisive. Because they'll just get overwhelmed. But yeah. That was sad. That's a sad state of affairs. But then it's... Oh, this is why I play the greenskins myself. That wouldn't have been the case if it was my Gorbad war. That'd have been like a rematch of the fight me and Darius had in that settlement.
Should I buy Nintendo Wii?
No, don't buy any Nintendo stuff. Stop supporting those crazy lunatics. They're the reason why the console industry is probably going to die, James. You really need to stop supporting them. Seriously. I'm not joking on that. The decisions they made, and now a certain company following suit for, I'm pretty sure, another reason. I'm not going to talk about it on stream. But, no. They're the reason why you and I are never going to have a PS5 and shit again after a certain point.
No.
So, no. They'll never get any of my money. Like, hell, at this point, it's terrible they've become. Even if they brought a certain Samus to PlayStation, I wouldn't buy it. And the reason why that is because they need to learn that it's like, you're not going to be rewarded for that behavior. You're going to lose everything. And the person who jumped in the ship with you has nothing to lose. That's what they don't understand. Sony and Nintendo have everything to lose. The person who jumped in the ship with them does not. And I almost think that it was somewhat on purpose now. Thinking it as a reverse business kind of standpoint. Basically what you call counter... In a business-only type sense, before I say this, a counter-strike type tactic. Meaning you basically ally with the one who made the decision, but because you know that you will benefit in the end from the crash of the ship, you essentially set up the crash, if you get my drift. So, because they don't have anything to worry about, whereas the other two do. So I hope the other two realize this very fast. As bad as things have been with my boys at Sony and like things that I wish they would go back to being like, and things that I wish they'd go back to being like, I hope they pull out some crazy trump card to where they go, okay, we'll drop then. We'll drop our prices. Because if they did that, then it would counter all of this immediately, overnight. But, and for them, they kind of need to do this because, in my opinion, because unlike their competitor who just agreed with the other hashtag competitor on convenience, will stand to lose everything. So, it's afraid. It's okay, I get what you should have capitalized that more. I get what you were going for there. Now my brain took me a second. It's afraid. It's wow. Arball's trying to peace out with Darius. Maybe he knows what I'm about to do to him. Maybe he's preparing war for me. Maybe he's realized he's in trouble, and that he pushed too far, and now I'm on his doorstep at some of his heart of his territories, and yeah, he about to get frozen. And not in a good kind of way. So you ask yourself, is there a good kind of way? Well, it depends if you're on good terms with Elsa or not. And it's like, otherwise, no block of ice.
No, you're not gonna have a peace treaty.
But that's all I want to say on that. That's too much of a big topic to cover. It was a smart decision on the micros half, from their
Who's
perspective.
speaking to Grom? Darius,
So-
are you speaking to Grom? What has
But
Grom done to you,
It does mean
Darius?
probably bad things for consoles coming.
Darius, what has Grom done to you?
Thank God I'm gonna upgrade my PC.
What has Miller done to you,
No.
Darius?
They are making PCs cheaper and cheaper too, for like a lot better equipment. That's another thing. That's happening, by the way, at the same time. Want to point that out, chat. PCs are getting cheaper, consoles are getting more expensive. Who owns PC?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Military. Hey, Boris or Imperial Boris. I forget I have to say this. Wolf. I'm gonna call him the Wolf. Basically, he's the actual version of Fenrir. The Wolf wants military access. I'm down with that. I mean, you can come and help me if you want. I'm down for that. The Wolf.
Yeah.
The Wolf and me versus the Demon. I think that.
Speaking about PC cheaper,
I accept that.
I found one of my friends. He has a portable PC. Do you know, like,
And then you
the
have to
best way to
set.
describe it is it's like a Switch, but you can actually do stuff like on the PC, like transfer files and all that stuff. I think it's called a Legion deck, or it's called a Legion something.
I mean, that might be just a really powerful tablet, but that still may not be technically a PC. But I get what you're. But I'm talking about a desktop, though.
It's got the feel or the look of a Switch, but it's not a Switch. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, which it's probably more powerful than a Switch. I'll definitely say that. But that being said, what was the price of even that? Even though that's not what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about something scary.
But I know it was probably expensive.
Well, no. Here's the thing. It might not be. You want to know why? I'm about to blow your mind. So
I'll have a look. Actually, I'll have a look up. I'll actually look.
I mean that since that tech is a little bit more fringe, it could be more expensive. But I'm about to blow your mind from an actual computer perspective, like desktop, like you and I have. Okay, so I've said this in stream before, and I want to say it one more time since James kind of talking about this, and I want to say this before I hit this auto resolve button. Also, the Vikings are here. Scaling thinks that they can take Irongrad from me, or in Castle Alexandrinov. Yeah, they attacked with a 20 stack. It's a close victory for me, and this is nothing but just normal armored Cassars and stuff. So goodbye, Vikings. Auto resolve victory achieved. Oh, it's free money. Thank you, Vikings. I needed that money, actually. Because I spend a lot of it per turn now. Just to try to do everything at once and speed it up. What is...
Depending
well,
which mod
well,
you
hold
get,
on.
but the cinema looks like
Well, hold on, dude.
500.
Wait, hold on. What's the best one? Tell me the best top model version of its price.
Oh, it's made by Lenovo.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, see, that actually says a lot, and that's a whole nother bag of worms. Then they're kind of making moves in the background, but there's also been words of them working with a certain micro as well, and I'm like, I kind of see what might be happening. But anyways, to the real topic of what I was trying to point out here. So, how much is the best version of that? The most expensive one. It's also your turn, James, just let you know.
Ah,
But yeah, what's the most expensive one? You said
well, I'm gonna
six.
have a look at it now.
Yeah, so you said 600 for the cheaper one. I assume is what that was.
It was the basic one. It was cost like 669. It's slightly cheaper than my PC when I first got it, which is a worry.
Well, you're gonna be probably more worried in a minute. But me and you kind of got unlucky that we might have bought our PCs right before this happened, and I will explain that in a minute. This is why I'm gonna upgrade mine, but part of me did. If it weren't for the hassle it would take to transfer all my shit over to the new one, part of me thought
Yeah.
about just buying a new one because it'd be cheaper. And I'll explain that in a
Wait,
minute.
what? What? Oh, what the fuck? I saw that. What the hell did you have? I. Oh no.
Do it.
Oh no.
What are you looking at? You talking about in game or out game?
In real life, is this new? Yeah. So it's called the Lenovo Legion Go.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what it has in it?
What?
A much power so with AMD Ryzen Z1 series processor with RDNA graphics. Yeah. Oh
But
god.
what's its GPU for that little portable thing? That was the
Oh,
CPU.
AMD Ryzen
No, that was the CPU.
GPU processor with RDNA graphics.
So it's a chipset. Is usually what that usually. I don't know. I forget my terms for different types of chipsets. It's not a dedicated GPU. So
Windows 11.
that's what makes it cheaper. But to be fair, because it's got such a powerful AMD processor in there, that actually might
Oh
not
my
matter
god, it
too
has
much.
Xbox Game Pass.
Does it? Well, we're gonna get to that. Hold on. We're gonna get to that. Give me a
Uh,
second. So, yeah. So what Farseer said is true. So you see what Farseer said in chat for me. I'm gonna read this out loud for everyone that's not in chat. And I'm gonna correct it because she accidentally said the wrong one, but she said it as well. Whoops, I meant to say this one. So for 800, and I can vouch for this too. I have seen it physically myself. For $800, hear that price, I can get a 4070. You're like, wait a minute, that's impossible. They're like $1,000 something. Yes, on their own. But here's what I think is happening. And I knew we would get to this point eventually. It's a little scary probably for GPU developers a little bit, I imagine. Because I wonder if what the cascade effect that's going to come from this, the other issue that it might cause is, okay, if it becomes so much cheaper to get a 4070 by just buying a new computer, do you really think people are going to buy 4070s individually? And that's where the crux of the issue. Now, because it would be, here's the double-edged sword, and then the argument would be, well, they would have to keep buying new computers every so often. Yes, but PC is so powerful, and you could just add VRAM, so technically, no. They would have to buy a PC. Let's say they're a hardcore gamer, even like me. If I was doing it right and had been min-maxing from the beginning, and with the prices of PCs now, I would only ever have to buy a new PC every maybe 5 to 6 years. Maybe, yeah, I could probably push it 8 to 10 if I really tried hard enough. But so even for an average person, it'd probably be every 4 to 5 years. That's still pretty reasonable for people who don't mid-max and care about VRAM and how much they have. They don't go high octane. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's the only thing keeping PC from exploding console off the scene completely and entirely is accessibility, meaning understanding how to be on a PC. Once that becomes more user friendly and Microsoft figures out a way to make Windows easy for anyone, but not so easy that it doesn't work like it should, and so it's like it's like this little in between they have to get. Then yeah, goodbye console. Because the price is already there. Because I want to point out how. Wait, what were you saying, James?
And I'm gonna wait till you finish speaking first.
Well, the last thing I want to say to is I want to point out That 4070 desktop, not a laptop. I'm not even talking about a laptop either. I'm talking about a desktop. For that same $800 with a 4070 in it. And this is at a Walmart. So if you can imagine that, that kind of shows you, as far as marketing strategies are concerned. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I need to do here first. Let me go after Goat People, because I really don't want to antagonize him if he's piecing out with Darius.
About the...
Oh, you're still... Okay, let's build walls. You still got one more turn to get your last bear. So I need to build walls.
I've got updates about that Legion Lenovo deck. I found out the most expensive one.
Wait, you have an update on what?
You know the Lenovo deck? You told me what's the expensive
yeah,
one last time. 659.
I want to point out how expensive the new Wii is. That's almost double that price.
Oh, I wasn't about getting the new Wii. I was getting like the ancient old one.
Well, that too. But remember, every money you give to a company who is ripping people off, you're still paying them. So you would be better off to buy that. You know, I'm talking about in general. It doesn't matter where it comes from, James. You still contributed to that company's survival and keeping it, and basically saying it's okay to fuck everybody else. Excuse my language, but that is what that is, and that's gotta stop. That's the reason why we all ended up in this situation as a society. We have to put an end to it. So, by that aspect, in this case, you just buy the Lenovo thing you just told me instead.
Yeah. The most expensive one, what does it come with? 16 gig and a terabyte? Actually really cool.
Because there's going to be a point in time at some point, let me finish building these walls, that I need for defenses, that, that even Nintendo itself is going to regret these decisions. They're going to wish they hadn't pushed the prices so freaking high.
Shall I tell you what it gets? As part of details for this one? The most expensive one, which I just told you, it gets an AMD Ryzen Xigo processor, 30 GHz up to 4.3 GHz. Its graphic card is an integrated AMD Radeon graphics.
Oh, okay, so it's using Radeon, so it must be part of. They must be using a built-in chipset Radeon type. That's really good then. That makes that 10 times stronger than any Wii, even the new one.
And its
storage
cheaper. Is a terabyte SSD.
Oh, that don't say a lot.
Gen 4 TLC. Why is there a Turkish
PC has more utility more than gaming consoles, so it does justify the cost, but here's the problem with PC is why it still never beats console. It's not about utility, it's about accessibility. Most average people are not good with computers in any fashion, even people who somewhat game. Like, I'm gonna say, just because you see someone who games on console doesn't mean they know how to use a PC or be good with a PC. It's like, and it's because it's so complicated with the way the keyboard and mouse works and how unintuitive, gaming pad accessibility is, which I've got a choice to make on my ice switch. Hold on 1 second, chat, so we can end our turn. So she's being, these are all not great. Protector, okay, that's decent. It's a corruption. She could give me Ice Court Supremacy, allowing me to have even more than that. But I think Protector is what we need, because we need corruption reduction for where we're, any type of thing we're going to be fighting. And she gives free devotion to wherever she's standing. So, Protector! Welcome, our guardian sister. Let's see. Anything else I've got to do? I've got to move. Do I got to move this hero? No, because he's cleansing this area. You're welcome, Dad, by the way. I got rid of all your undivided corruption that was causing your devotion to be gone. Now he gets 21 devotion per turn at this settlement. You're welcome. It's only if he would get stronger or just let me confederate him already. It's getting there. It's dropping to 52, so let's look at the number and what it's looking at now. See, also, I don't know what baseline evaluation means. They really do need some tooltips for this. I'm just going to let it keep going. So let's take note of where it is right now and then end our turn so I can kind of see. It's at negative 52. It jumped down really heavily, so something changed. I'm not sure what it was, but something definitely changed. I can't remember if you get penalized for doing alliances. Darius, question, or I don't remember. James,
Yes, you do, depending who, if they like that person or
no,
not.
I'm talking about with them, with far as Confederation. If I get a defensive alliance with him right now, does that make the Confederation number go down faster or go back up? Because he's technically stronger. In real life terms, this would hurt this. Like, if you did this in real life, you are almost guaranteeing independence in a way, kind of like Stellaris does. And that would be a negative. That would be towards confederating and that kind of thing. And see, I'm not accepting any alliance from him. If I do, he's never confederating, if I do, he's never confederating you. Oh, but yeah, well, no, because he's not. He doesn't seem to be condemning anything I have with you. There's no negative for that. He has no negative for me being involved of us being like a military alliance. I didn't mean to close that. I just realized I'm going to bring that back up.
Stop apologizing.
But, so I don't know. Because if you look at his trending towards going up, actually, he likes that I have a treaty with you. I'm strength rank 1. The AI will see that as a powerful ally, keeping him alive, meaning no point in confederating with you. Well, yeah, if you ally with him, but I'm talking about me. Like, I'm talking about on my end. Like, if I give him a defensive alliance from me, does that hurt him, his confederation towards me? Or does it have the opposite effect in this game where they see that as it's already on the verge of being merged? Because we're the same faction. I wish they would show more. A simple solution to these crazy questions is they just need to have some tooltips down here for what the base evaluation means, why the diplomatic treaty is negative 51 for some reason. So, I don't know. Let me see what Dory said again. Let's see. Confederating with you, that is still iffy with me. Because sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it then. We're going to let fate decide this since there's no actual way to know what these numbers mean. We're just going to not get the defensive alliance. Just keep protecting him by osmosis by the fact of, if I see any 20 stacks from Epidemus come down this road towards this settlement, I'm going to declare war and immediately attack that. Because if I do that, that's also going to force feed the Confederation faster, and I know that's a fact. That's also why I'm going to attack Arbol, because he is also at war with Arbol. So if I attack Arbol, he'll see this as diplomatic prospect, and this will add more to my side of getting him to join me. So, oy 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 oy. Are you still recruiting? You are, so I can't do it this turn. So let's leave everybody where they are. There's not much we can do. Let's just end our turn. We already built everything we're going to build this turn, so... Also, what did Dory say about PC earlier? I missed one of these comments. Make PC controllers and make PC controllers and we're good. I'm not accepting any. Oh yeah. And that's true. That's a good point. Make a universal control that is easily recognized across all platforms. Because here's the issue that comes up. Even if they had a PC control, the problem is it wouldn't be universal. Steam's universal. It's fantastic. This is why Steam is the god of PC. When it comes to gaming. But Steam does this, but I'm going to give an example. Microsoft's own app, at least for now, its own accessibility does not allow proper custom controllers, especially of certain buttons. The triggers are not allowed to be put on something like B or X or Y. And I'm like, that's dumb, because as a disabled person, I literally cannot use these triggers, and that's kind of forcing me not to be able to play their games because they want to try to keep some niche that no one cares about. And it's like, no offense, that's my one qualm on them. That's always been my one qualm on them. They're trying to suit a bunch of 1% shooter fans who want their triggers to be always triggers when that doesn't affect them at all. Like, they're not going to switch those controls anyways. They prefer the triggers. So the issue comes up, it's like, you're just hamstringing me just because you don't want it to look bad or something. I don't know. It's strange that the triggers are just blocked out and you're not allowed to move them. You can move LB and RB, but you can't move RT and LT. It's so strange. And it's like, and then Epic doesn't have one at all. It's non-existing. If the game itself doesn't have controller support, you're up shit creek without a paddle. That's the best way to put it. That's how it was for a long time on PC, which is once again that accessibility thing. It needs to be universal that it... Now, if the game doesn't have game control support, I can understand the developer itself locking this out and saying that this is not a thing because they don't support it and they don't have the code for it. That's fine. That's just going to have to be what it is. But the solution to that from Microsoft's perspective, stop letting third-party apps be the things that allow you to customize your gaming PC controls. Because my PC knows what my PlayStation control is. It knows what my Access control is. But there's no Windows app for going in there and maybe changing X to like, or L1 to like G on my keyboard, if you get my drift. Because if you do that, then the game is actually still controller friendly. It just thinks it's a keyboard. Now, some developers go a step further and lock this out entirely. There's a certain multiplayer game I played ages ago on the channel that did this. I had to stop playing it just because I couldn't play it as easily and enjoy it because of that strange decision. Even though it was a controller-like game, like it would have benefited from having controller support with the type of game it was, but it was just a weird developer. So you're going to have that, but that's not going to be the norm in most cases. So once Microsoft gets past that with Windows and makes the understanding of how to run your computer not so complicated either, with like how virus scanners work and things like that, that's when I think PC will destroy everything that's in competition with it when it comes to efficiency. Because then you could just buy that Lenovo thing James mentioned if you wanted a handheld PC, essentially. So, hey. And I hate to say that for console. I grew up on console. I am an absolute console boy. But I also have to face the facts of if these kinds of decisions are going to be made on console, then they kind of deserve the fate they're running themselves towards. So... And Sony will survive. I have wholeheartedly belief, by the way, that Sony will survive this. Because Sony will do what Microsoft... But Sony will do the secondary Microsoft choice and will go, okay, they'll do like Sega did. They'll just not care about the console and just produce their games on all the platforms anyways. They can save themselves easily. Now their brother... not so much. They'll live in Japan eternally. I'm not going to even question that. Like, but they'll never have any outside market after that. They'll lose the entire Western audience. And so, but either way,
Why do I have so many socks?
we'll still be gaming no matter what, if it just means I have to kind of utilize my PC. And since I'm already kind of understanding of PC because it's part of what I enjoy and what I'm going into field-wise, which is when I need to, with AI programming and stuff, because I'm going to need a really nasty PC at some point. But, But like I said, for most average people right now, it's still console, but they're being gypped like hell. Are not Altdorf is open.
Best be this Unarius if Altdorf is open.
I see Grom is attacking you with no avail. Also, I see you going north with the lady. I see Boris is confederated. What do you mean? Oh! Oh. See, I hate... There's two Borises in here. My brain is like Imperial Boris. Alright, well, when it's my turn, I'll build the outpost. I'll go ahead and build the outpost in Altdorf. Had to use Forced Confederation on him. That's alright. It's not like he needs to be totally on his own anyways. And that means you fully unified this entire major region except for where the Wood Elves live. And this random Azog here. Settlement. And the Vikings. But other than this little ridge on the north that's near the Norscan territories, and mine, you've pretty much taken everything. You've basically unified the entire empire. Also, you've somehow not taken Ostermark, by the way. Huh? You realize Ostermark is just living in this tree that the Wood Elves used to have?
Wow.
That is actually kind of funny. I brought them back there. That makes sense. They should... I feel like if they only have one settlement and they're brought back, maybe they should probably, this deep in the game, immediately confederate. See, as a punishment for dying in 3 turns. So you're making them live in the trees. You're like, this is what you get for being idiots. So you will now live in this wood elf hovel.
Yeah, I need them socks.
And let me reset the stream. I'm in the border princes and see, I'm in, huh? You're over at the border princes? That's down there at the bottom, isn't it? Oh. Yeah. Cause, wait, what? Oh, it's Goatman. Oh, wow. Did Icket lose his settlement? There's no scale. Okay, no, okay. See, this is the thing about Skaven Blight. You see how that's still Skaven, chat? 100%. Skaven Blight's just really hard to take, to be fair. Yeah. Ooh, Icket's actually trapped. He didn't fight off the Beastmen like he should have to make sure they didn't take what he was supposed to have. And he hasn't gone north against the dwarves at all either. The vampires are still here. Or no, actually. No, they're not. Something else is here. It must be dwarves or something, or they're just dead. Because the vampiric corruption is disappearing. That's a good way if you can't see the faction there. Of what's going on. So that makes sense. So he's trapped. The AI made the... I'm still wondering why he even came up to where you are anyways. The homeless king is winning, That makes sense. I don't know why the AI let what Ickett was doing though. Scrag, it makes sense. Scrag is almost dead. He's killing Scrag. Oh, that's not what I thought you said. Damn, that's wow. Good on the blue dwarf. Good on him. For even though I'm not really a fan of dwarves, good on him for showing how powerful he can be if he really wants to be. It's also partially Ickett's fault for some reason heading far north towards where you and Braytonia were instead of taking all that for himself first. But hey, AI is sometimes still gonna AI on the campaign map. Thorgrim recovered. Ooh, nice. A little sad though because it was Greenskins killing him, so it's a little sad in my hand. But Azog is still bigger on average.
Big
So.
Azog.
Azog is still, although I just realized. Hold on, I need to make friends with someone. I need to when it's my turn. I just realized. Thank the red dwarves. May they be blessed. They took all of the mountains behind me. Azog is gone. He's now locked down to over there near Thorgrim. He's only got a couple of really good settlements left in the mountains. So Azog's actually on a downtrend. He's actually having a problem. Gorbad less so.
Gorbad just likes the Empire.
Gorbad is doing quite well. I do see what you mean about the dwarves. They've pushed over here to Gorbad, literally. The blue dwarves. They're probably trying to save Thorgrim. They're literally coming from both sides to save him. I killed all his armies. How is that doing well? You killed all the armies that he had at your border, sure. But I doubt, with the much territory I think I see he has, that was the only ones. I won't know until I can click on him and see what his power score to me is. Since I am weaker. Technically, as a faction, I can kind of see how much he truly has left. But good, that means we're actually pretty safe now. That means because of Darius' unification of the Empire, pretty much, the Red Dwarf has pretty much annihilated all of the orcs over here somewhat. However, I don't see an army for them over here, so technically the orcs could get this back if he doesn't defend. So they might be both exchanging blows, which is good enough for me to take out the Beastmen. Reclaim both of these settlements. Lock them down better this time. Oh, also, hi Darius. What are you doing this far north? I see Franz right next to my target. I see the armies, I do see that, yeah. I just saw them just now. Nice. Yeah, my second auxiliary army, or my first auxiliary army, I should say. Sylvester there. That's actually what that almost says. Moriskin is gonna go and deal with these goat people. But soon, the battle begins. I'm just thinking, I wonder how good that Brayherd stone is. If it's too powerful, it's good. I'm gonna need the secondary auxiliary before I can do it. Which means I have to sit here for a couple more turns if that ends up being the case. Who is Boris talking to? Okay. He wants non-aggression. I wonder if that'll affect it or not. Does non-aggression count, or is it just an alliance? I just wish this was explained better, and then I could say yay or nay for sure. I'm scared to tell you to say to not deny it, because then if you piss him off, I wonder if he'd start condemning me then. I don't really know what to do in this scenario. I don't know which is the right decision.
Boris has declared war on me. Oh, that's nice.
But, it's up to you, Darius. I really don't know. I can't advise because I don't know enough to say if non-aggression hurts it at all or if it's just alliances, so I guess we'll see. Because he could equally condemn me for you denying it and being an ass, and he thinks you're an ass, and he's like, well, we shouldn't be allied with him, and he gets mad at me. I don't know, it's weird. That is a weird situation. It makes sense that he's doing this because he knows you through me now. So, and since you're, once again, like you said, you're strength rank 1, and since you're somewhat of an order-like species, that like his is, not chaos, he's like, please help me.
So, again, with every episode, Bellacor's trying to suck up to me.
He wants you to save him from Darius is why.
Out of here, bitch! Yeah, Boris is at war with me. Yep. I hate to be total of this to not produce the truth. Are you kidding me? I got my first cinematic battle.
What? Really?
Yeah. I just got it.
Maybe because you just weren't doing the missions. I haven't gotten any of mine, but it's probably because I just never finished the initial mission. Because her first mission is annoying. You have to research ice sculpting, ice court indoctrination, ice court discipline, and ice court control. They're all on the same line, so each one is way more expensive in research. If you tried to do this in the beginning of the game, it would take you 20 turns to get 3 settlements. It's a terrible mission. Maybe you're just like mine, that they're so easily avoided that you basically didn't do them this whole time. It's sad. I don't think missions should be this. These missions should be this extreme. Because it means some characters will get their weapon almost immediately in cinematic battles, and then other characters won't get them until like, I'm like what, 47 turns still in here, and I've yet to still do that. Just because I've needed other research, more importantly, every time. Now, if I'd had my better start, that I now know what her meta is, then I would have probably had it at least at turn 20. But, Jesus.
Yeah, another. We're slowly upgrading the blues.
But it's good to know that they're not broken. That just means that, or at least not in this mod. Because I was a little concerned if we hadn't seen them.
Uh,
Plus, Kislev don't really get that many cinematics to begin with.
I think that should be fine. So yeah, we'll sacrifice one of these pinks for purple. So yeah, that's fine. And then Kairos needs his upgrade, so because he has that, he technically does have a giant cock.
Good, no way I claimed the Aldo. Oh yeah, I forgot to get it, didn't I? That's my bad. Or am I
Let's see.
after James?
Ah,
Can't remember who's first, me or James. I think it's me. So or no, James, and then yeah, then it's me. So I'll do it on this turn.
what? You can't remember my first name? What? I'm
No,
doing
I
my.
could-
I'm
no,
doing
I-
my turn.
No, I couldn't remember if I had screwed up right there and forgot to build something. But no, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, what the fuck have I done this time?
Mm.
Oh fuck.
Oh, well.
I ate two of these, don't I?
Gabriel, get the bullets. So, like I said, Jack, any of those could have became it, and now one has. So it must have been at 5 turns now. Yay! This is, yeah. He's literally in the impasse between, but I don't know if I want to fight him in a settlement. I kind of want him to come to me. What is this guy? Oh, this has been upgraded. Oh, yeah, we ain't fighting him here. No fucking way we fighting him here. That would be death. There's not a lot of them, but they're all minimum Chaos Warriors. There's hardly any tribesmen. Plus, it's also got 2 Blood Troll sets. Yeah, we're not fighting him in there. That's from the garrison.
Alright.
He himself is very cav heavy, which is kind of ironic that he's going that.
So in 2 turns, that'll be healed.
He's also got a buttload of berserkers. Of course he does. But these are, yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so my worst nightmare has been realized, Darius. Because we killed him, and he wasn't at home to reset his stack. Yeah, all these berserkers are not just warriors anymore. And neither is the one with the one unit with shields. Oh boy. What are these guys' stats? These guys themselves are pretty scary. 60 melee attack, 66 melee defense. Oof. Oof.
Yeah, but because there's no magic there.
Do they have halberds? No. Well, one, but it's not a chosen. Like, they have a spear tribesman, and then they have one regular Chaos Warrior halberd. There are no halberds. He's actually got a buttload of cav. He's got Bloodied Legion lances, 2 of them. Bloodied Legion swords, 3 of them. What are these? These are tier 4s. So there's 3 tier 4 melee calves and 2 tier 4 shot cav. How is it that the Chaos are so much better at getting their higher tier units?
There you go.
He's also got a Blood Beast of Corn. He's got 1 Blood Troll unit to himself. He's got some Flesh Hounds, but that's not really that scary. And 1 Riders of Corn, but those are probably just because they haven't become these yet. He's got 2 troll units, like last time. He's got those ogre breakers again. Both dual weapon and great weapon variants. He's got a warmonger this time, the hammer flail infantry blood ogres. He's got 1 skull reaper unit. And then 1 unit of Chaos Warrior Halberds and 1 unit of Tribesmen of Corn Spears. And then the last 4 are just chosen. 3 chosen Berserkers, 1 chosen Shield. Yikes. We most definitely need to shoot this. The Cav might be a slight problem, but I brought Castellian, so I can hopefully just kill the Cav with the bears, I'm hoping. I hope I have enough money. I know I'm making less because I had to build up that 20. Wait, why am I... It's not showing it. Maybe there's a turn timer on how long before someone can build there again. Leah, let's try through diplomacy. It might overrule it for there.
Heyo. How many turns before you reach Kugos?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How do I... What? I don't remember how to do it. So where do I go once I'm in diplomacy with you to... do...
What are you trying to do right now?
Oh, war coordinates. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Such a weird place to have it. Right there. Oh, I don't have enough. Damn it. I have to wait 1 more turn. We have to pray the AI doesn't claim it. Oh, ask you for money? I guess I could do that. Okay, hold on. Oh, well, how much am I needing? Hold on, because I don't want to have to take too much. I'm only needing 1,000. Okay, hold on.
That is fucking good. Whoa, what the hell? Who hurt you, Thorak?
Payments, I would like to demand a payment. I'm gonna do... Whoa, no, what the hell? It went up by a lot. No. Since it won't let me type this properly, I'm just gonna do 1401. And then propose that first. Just to get enough of it. And go back in diplomacy. War coordinates. Altdorf. Construct. Alright. Alright, that should be done. Okay, cool. Should be building now. Alright, that's done, so I can get some better guns if I need them later, and some cannons. I really would just love cannons. That would be the bit, because I've got decent gun characters. The Great Axe guys. But, some snipers would be nice, but right now the cannons seem to be my... Yeah, we need that. You know, give us the cannons. Kind of situation. Oh wait, that was our adamant. I keep forgetting the difference. God dang it. Take that off. That's not for you. It's for the other guy. Garrison leader of renown. Let's just max all his blue line out. One at a time now. Hold on, I've got a decision to make for our lady. Infantry commander upkeep. Minus 5% for all infantry units in her command. She gets more movement and still reduction in upkeep for the whole army by minus 2%. Upkeep minus 10%. Or I can just give her the ice guard thing. To be fair, since she is gonna be our guardian sister down here, we're gonna give her guardianship. So she makes the ice guard stronger as well. And what's funny is if they were both present, that would be hilarious. So let me see what Daria said. Or grenade launchers, yes. Grenade launchers would also be a really good grab. Because I don't really have a lot of good mobile guns either. I've got those sleds with the gun with the Streltsies on it, but those are only going to do so much. Alright, my boys got a 20 stack. Let's look at Zavastra. It's not bad. It's got Centigars. Oh, okay, so 2 Centigars. What does he have? Okay, he actually has Gore Herds and a Bestigore in here. There's not a lot of them, so 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. So 13 plus 14, so it's 27. It's quite high. It's a lot of goats. That is a lot of goats. I think I'm gonna play it safe and wait the 2 more turns and get the other auxiliary up and running before I attack the goatmen, or wait for Darius to get to the north and then initiate my war on the red demon. Once Darius gets up here close enough, so one or the other, whichever happens first. So wait, can we lure them into an ambush? Let's try that. What's the ambush chance on this corner? 45. That's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but that's at least maybe something that he might run into that. So let's try.
This mission requires guile.
It's not a great chance, but it could happen. And maybe the goatmen think that I'm gone. Alright, I'm gonna use my hero and go see what Father's other settlement is doing. The one other place he has.
Or the one side, the one place where it's actually decent.
Well, he's technically the safer one's the one that we're all at right now, but I'm just surprised. I just want to go see how this one up here is still survived. It's like, how is that one up there still kicking when it's surrounded? And so,
Oh, he took that back from Nurgle. Took that back from Epidemus. Epidemus had originally had the bird in mind, so he must have took it back.
I guess we'll see what's going on when we get up here, but nice. Good to know. Alright, and turn. I gotta get some. See, AI usually cheats. It does, but it's also usually an idiot in some cases, still in some cases. But yeah, it does usually cheat to a certain extent on some level, just to keep it alive. There's some things I think it should cheat on, just so it stays competitive and it doesn't become a flying brick of just nothingness, like some of the factions used to do. It's better now, but there's also some offsets that are like, well, some things you don't want it to cheat with or have this much or that or whatever. Just because it makes it too much of an uphill fight, making it not as fun. Like the gameplay loses its flavor pretty hard. Now, if he tries to ask you for an alliance at some point, you need to deny that. That shouldn't give me too much condemning versus what he's not getting. You actually might see that as a reason to go to me, but we'll see. Oh, it looks like the armies of Slanesh are trying to rise back up. Where is he even coming from? What settlement does he even still have anywhere? I don't see a Slanesh
Don't question it.
anything.
Just don't question it. Adam. Don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question it, Adam. Don't question it. Look
Strange.
on there.
Oh no, I want to see something that will make your orc brain cry. It's up to you. I mean,
No,
I've
don't.
already,
Don't.
I've already seen my
I
orc
want
brain
to
cry.
keep my brain happy.
Wow. Second one makes sense. I like the second one. That one actually probably is the stronger out of the two. Just because it's somewhat right. The top one, no. It's a savage orc. What does he not have here?
And this is for Iron Core.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a random lord. It's not the main one. But my point is, it's a savage orc leading this stack. Yet it's predominantly night goblins. The second one at least will actually have stats for those goblins. And what's funny is he's got the lesser goblins than the one in the top. The top one's got higher tier goblins. On average. So, yeah, what the hell?
We need more goblins, more squigs.
We don't. We have too many orcs. Big meaty orcs.
Hey.
I'm seeing Gorbad's territory. Where are the army? Who's killing them? That I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh, you stupid goat men.
They're angry. Also.
Oh, they're gonna take fucking Igrov. I really hate these goats, man. I hate their mechanic. They should not respawn. Once they're eliminated, they should be eliminated like any other faction. Unless it's like in the first... Like, what it should be is if it's in the first 10 turns, sure. Then they should be able to resurrect. Because they do have a very hard early game. But we're at turn 47. toilet. May have to take a
Now we'll
bathroom
wait
break.
here for the next 1,000 years.
May have to
So
take
we'll
a
see you next
bathroom break,
episode
chat.
when Darius ends his turn, and then we'll just do a tire stream and we'll just waiting for Darius. I feel like I could write a book, get it published before Darius ends his turn. How long
That's a
it's
problem.
taking.
Okay, well, Jack, I'm gonna. I might have to quit this. I don't know if I'll be able to continue.
Well, what's up?
My stomach is being really bad right now.
Uh-oh.
And since, as you know, all know, chat, when you're disabled, you can't just go to the bathroom. So I will say that will require me to actually have to go and get
Well, it's
get
just
my
saved, so
mom to help me
imagine.
and all that and put me in the bathroom. I don't want to give too many details. It's too TMI, but let's just say, yeah, it's not an easy ordeal, and it's not going to take like 10 minutes. So we'd be sitting here.
Yeah.
The stream would be sitting here doing nothing. So we're
As someone
gonna.
who lives with disabled people, well, I know a lot of them. I understand what Arthur has to go through, which is not most of them, but it is a very painful and very complex thing to do for them, including Arthur. Maybe one day he could do you know what you should do?
Negative 29. See, as the thing, I don't know if it's gonna hurt it if I get an alliance with him. He's trying to ask me for an alliance now. And
If I will say, if you do an alliance, they go up because oh yeah, I'll play this way. I did it.
and you lost your confederation chance. But yeah, you're not trying to confederate.
No,
though.
I didn't lose the Confederation.
That's what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with whatever. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It has nothing to do with what I just said, clearly. But see, but then does denying him piss him off? God, CA, if you ever see these videos, for God's sake, please just add a talking tooltip, please, to the diplomacy part, and let me see what actually is affecting what, not these random names with numbers that mean nothing. Because I have no negatives when it comes to being condemned or being approved of. I have complete approval and nothing being condemned. His highest negative he has is I'm a strategic threat like always exists, and it's only a -8. Yet somehow, according to some magical base evaluation, whatever that means, he's like -72 on something. Okay, whatever that is.
Rasbonite, why do you want a relationship with me?
Probably
And
so
how do you
can-
know me?
You probably because he's trying to kill me.
You're at war with you. He's at war with you. Why would I ever? Not yet. We'll have a plan for you. Not yet.
Dear God, it's a heroic victory. Thank goodness for stupid, overpowered garrison abilities that I can use with my devotion invocation. Well, that goat army's dead.
Arnold's cheating. Arnold's cheating.
That goat's dead. That's one stack. I'm not gonna be able to kill the other stack this episode, sadly, and we're gonna have to do a part 2 of this.
Friday.
Friday. I was hoping to do Stellaris, but it's just not gonna work out, especially unless we do it tonight. But by the time I get done with what I'm doing, I'm gonna have to eat after that. So after my little break.
I'll wait back. Can I hold on? I want to see something. I can forget. I can auto my cinematic, can't I? If I can't, I'll just cancel.
Stellaris updated, so mods are updating. Okay.
Oh no, I could auto it. That's fine. Yeah, I kill a mad cow. Cows. Oh, oh my god, I just got the best news ever. Yeah. Yes. Oh, you sexy bastard. You are one sexy motherfucker.
Majority of what we need are already updated. Oh, okay. So Gundam should be ready by Friday.
Okay, hold on, so.
Yeah. We still got one more episode on this, though, it looks like, before we get truly to the end. We're not far off. If I didn't have to go do this, I could sit here for probably another 2 hours at best, and we could get this done. But
I actually don't need you. See, you could actually go in his army. You, hold on.
off
Will
until
you?
James is done, then I'll save.
You're also
And complete the what?
armored anti-large melee expert.
Yeah, Darius did his special campaign goal, which was, since this was a shorter series, was just to get rid of Vlad. Essentially unite the Empire, which is basically what he's done. So
Right. Okay. I am now the most powerful thing in the universe. Besides Zeke. So besides me. So I have one of my powerful lords. I want to put I don't get him till waiter. Okay, no. Okay, you attacking. You attacking. Okay, you attacking. Can I survive attacking? No. I actually need to recruit more you. Yeah. So, Kairos has got, Harold Succubus. Actually, that's a good point, actually. I don't skill points. No, why is there so many? Build.
you know what? Oh, now you're right. I have played France and the Empire for far too long. It's one of those things. I mean, that's how I was with the orcs. To be fair,
Yeah.
that's why I know I can beat anything on this map with them. Or at least as far as AI is
I'll
concerned.
give this. Say what? I could give this.
I can play any of them and do this. Warzag, Azog, Gorbad, Skurznik, the Grim Man himself. Although that one's the easiest. Besides Skarsnik.
How am I getting weaker?
Grom is less so, but Grom's weird for me because Grom is the one weakness that I have in general that I got better at later. I could do it now, but I wouldn't have done it in the beginning. Is those pump wagons, since he's mostly like shock cav type. He's like a weird shock cav, like chariot based greenskin. Or fat goblin is one I would say. So I think that's always why I was slightly bad with him though. Everyone else, until I learned how to use cavalry better, was I was pretty much a freight
Oh, I
train.
actually gave it. I actually get. Oh, hold on. I actually gave the wrong guy payments. There you go. Now you both like them. Good. Did you accept my allies' missions? Oh, I'm doing things. Who else has a mission for me?
Dark elves, they're fun. They do take a bit of
No, Dark Elves are pointless.
they do take a bit of oomph, but they can be really they're opposite
Really
of
shit.
the Empire strat. Yeah, they are. Because they have good range, but their main thing is learning how to use their, I don't know what the right word for it is. Almost in a way versatility of like damage. meaning they have different forms of way of dishing out the damage to specific units. Min-maxing is more important to Dark Elves, I will warn you now. You will be managing units a lot more. It'll teach you how to manage. It'll also make you even scarier with the Empire. Because the harder faction you get good with, outside of whatever the one you started with, in my case it was Orcs, the more powerful the original one is going to become. Meaning, the scarier you get with everyone else, the more godlike you will get with the Empire. Since they are the original. So, that you were better with. That you started with, essentially. So. I actually did, I think it was the Skaven who did this for me for the first time with the Orcs. Because they were, squishy, right? Orcs are not squishy. Goblins kind of are, but Orcs are nowhere near how fast a clan rat is going to get punched in the face. So, it took me a minute to... It took me a couple tries when I first ever played the rats of learning, yeah, it's all about overwhelming them. You cannot play this like, oh, the 1v1 these two units. Like, this unit will fight this unit and hold it off. And no, the rats can't do this. Unless they're using guns or cheaty grenades, they could not do this. It's like even storm vermin still technically have a limit. So, this allowed me to learn how to
We need to
use
put. Oh, I need to do this. I need to
use
do this.
squishier tactics. What's once again, like you said, with the Dark Elves, it's completely the opposite strat of what Orcs would do. Just have better, bigger Orcs that can fight multiple units. So they're very much different than each other. Yeah, Farseer said he should play High Elves and learn what actual good infantry looks like. That's rough.
So I could.
Although
put these in.
infantry, Dark Elf infantry is pretty savage, but I do agree, High Elf infantry is, some of it is, wow.
I need to review shot for you.
But it's cool though. But
Oh yeah, I could talk to you now. You can talk to the.
Although once you've played one elf, since they're kind of they're not the same, but almost a mirror turned backwards to each other in strats and the way they behave and play. Once you play one of them, you can probably figure out the other one and just reverse what it's trying to do. One is more in the front, one is more in the back. And what I mean by it is one attacks from the front, one attacks from the back more. The Dark Elves like to attack with flanking attacks, whereas High Elves are gonna just kind of run forward, kind of like more similar to a standardized ranged mixed with melee kind of situation.
Where's the Chaos Wars? In diplomacy. Oh, there they are.
I'm not really sure who to tell you the Dark Elves to start with either. I would say if you're trying to look... I'm trying to think who's the easiest. Malekith used to be the answer to this question. But the problem with that is the White Dwarf is almost 75% chance now, unless you kind of kiss up to him early. He has a 75 to 80% chance to declare war on you. Which means you will be fighting dwarves who are super tanky with Dark Elves. And it's not a fun battle. It's the one opponent up there I really do not like fighting with a Dark Elf comp of any kind.
So, you never guess what I'm going to be doing.
You need a lot of assassins in, like... What are they called? The Blood Sister mod is what helped with that. That one where I gave them that Blood Sister thing. But normally it'd be Daemonettes and... Or if you can't get Daemonettes, Hargan FX and Executioners and those other assassin guys, the Shades. Shades, that's what it is. And have the Shades come up from behind them. But what were you saying, James?
I'm about to get a non-aggression pack with one of your best mates.
Okay. Who?
I think you know him very well.
Okay, who?
You know. People say he's currently kicking ass. He's at Wolf Nurgle, which I appreciate as well. Yeah, and you know what? Me and him are gonna be best mates forever.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you your name right. Sorry. Grimdor.
It doesn't really concern me. He's on the other side of the world, so.
I could trust her settlement. What if Gorbot met Grimgor and he looked at him and went, "Holy shit, you're a scarier bastard than I am."
Remember, I did that. I played that in the stream before, James. That was that little orc series I did where it was an alternate reality where Grimgor came home. Like, he decided not to stay in the Badlands. It was when we were using that mod where you could change your starting settlement where it was. Okay. One turn. She's got one more final choice. Let's go ahead and do all this before we save it. Because I've got just enough time, and I'm whole. Luckily I'm pretty good at controlling my stomach and my body, but I can't do it for a whole hour. So I'm going to do all my decisions. We're going to save it, end it here, and then we'll have to pick it up. You said Friday, yeah, I think, yeah. So I can give her an Ice Shard Magic Missile attack. I can give her Glacial Blast. Ooh, that is pretty good. Or make her tanky and unbreakable. Or I could give her Perfect Vigor. But she never loses any damage. She never suffers penalties. She also gets Stalk. That's strange. She's not ranged enough for that to be helpful, though. Unless I'm just using her in a flanking attack. But otherwise, Vanguard's good. But Stalk's kind of pointless for a melee. Well, no, I say that. She's also a mage. So technically she could hide and cast spells without being seen. So, okay.
I love arrow tacky beasts. Why did change the physical physical?
Hellebron is really broken if you build her right. So Hellebron's probably the easiest. That's who I was thinking about. Because with the change to Malachi having to fight the White Dwarf almost guaranteed, it's not as easy with him anymore. But Hellebron's definitely... Her only targets are other Dark Elves, Valkia, who doesn't actually have any units that actually make Valkia scary. Sorry to Valkia, no offense. She also doesn't have the passive Arbal has, so that would help make up for it. They really, really did her a disjustice when she does, with the fact she does not have her Blood Angel daughters. The daughters of Valkia should be in there, or the daughters of Khorne is what they're called. I have no idea why they didn't do that. Her best unit is Theories. So it's like, so that's not a challenge. You won't really meet any challenge until you get closer to the Nurgle side of things on that top right side. Or if you go towards Malekith and fight Malekith and the White Dwarf. But yeah, I think Hellebron is probably, once you understand how to build her, the easiest start. Don't do Marathi, by the way. You don't want that. That's not a Dark Elf. Or it is, but it isn't. She's this is going to be terrible. A loose-based Dark Elf. And the reason why I say this, it's mostly Daemonettes. She actually gets all the gifts of Slaanesh as if she's a Slaanesh demon. So I'm like, you're not a full Dark Elf. So, she doesn't count. Also, she's actually a lot harder to learn how to use. If you use your Blood Knights right, you can spawn tier 5 Dark Elf armies. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. What Farseer just said is a good point, too, as well, Darius. If you use your Blood Knights properly, you can end up spawning tier 5 Dark Elf armies. And these things are hilarious. I think we're gonna give her shield. What do y'all think, chat? Give her a really powerful spell, or make her unbreakable and tanky to defend the motherland while the queen is away, defusing a fiery, angry man. I'm gonna let chat decide on this one, or let Farseer decide. James and Darius can vote in too if they want. Do we want to give her unbreakable, armor plus 10, melee plus 4, leadership to the whole army plus 2, or do we want to give her glacial explosion, which is just it's like Arball's explosion but made out of ice, and I can target it in an AoE area.
Glacial explosion.
It only gets 4 uses. I don't think it hits as hard as his does because it's free, I think. So all the damage. So wait, which one is that? Wait, all the damage. Neither of these are really damaged. I guess Glacier Blast is damaged, but it's still not going to hit as hard as his. It's going to debuff them, though. Obliterate that. I'm going to solo your entire army, bastard. So you want me to get Glacial Blast. Although she's not going to be fighting him. That's the queen fighting him. She is definitely going to kill him. Because the spell I have for her will make her able to slow him, not only slow him down, cause damage over time. I can debuff his attack by almost negative 25 to 30 if I stack both spells on him. She's definitely going to be a challenge for him because I'll actually be able to take away some of those gifts that he's been given to make him so overpowered. Plus, I'll have 2 snow leopards helping me kill him. She's going to be defending Kislev and killing the goat people and dealing with any orcs and things coming from the south. Like, she's basically holding the motherland. She's reclaiming what the goats
I
burned down.
With glacial explosion.
You went with glacial?
Yeah, explosion.
Okay. Glacial explosion is Farseer as well. Alright, Darius, well, if Tam King was here, I would keep the vote going because there'd be 4 people. There'd still be 2 chances it could end up going right back in the other way. Alright, then I guess we'll Glacial Explosion it since that's what most people voted. Okay, explode, okay. Glacial Explosion ability now. Alright, one more turn and I have that army ready, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Alright, I've got 4,000. What do I need to use this on? I am actually quite curious to see what this fight's like. Let's go. I want to see... It's a close victory? I can just auto-resolve this? Hell yeah, bye! Bye, goat people. Do not come again. Do not come again.
Commander of the soldier.
Whoa! I just got a shiver down my spine.
Jesus, James, what are you doing over there? You alright over there?
I'm not cold. I just don't know why I have a shiver down my spine. Maybe it's my ADHD finally kicking in.
While snipers shoot him everywhere. Wait, Franz and Theodore is going to be jumping that dude while snipers shoot him. That makes sense from that perspective. That's cool. We'll see who ends up killing him first. Let's go ahead and build that so that's can defend itself a little bit better. I don't want no surprises anywhere else from now on. I've got to recolonize Vatifo next episode. Because it got burned down. And this will re-secure my front. Only thing I'm worried about is this orc right here could technically come over here and grab this, but it gives me a reason to fight something in the south with these two armies I'm gonna build. So, but they're nowhere near a part of my objective. This is a part of my objective. Just fighting Arball, doing damage to him, trying to kill him. Even if we don't kill him, the main objective for this whole purpose is to guarantee my father confederating with me, which it's still going down. So I am not gonna get an alliance with you, father. It's still decreasing. So this means I still have a chance you are gonna confederate naturally. So nope. It's gonna wait on that, and let's send our priest north for the last few things we're doing. Oh, never mind. We just lost the burning monolith. Well, not by Epidemus this time, so I know we need to speed up if that's the case, because now the other angry, pissed off man is slightly getting his territories back.
Oh, and it's him himself.
So we're gonna go back down here.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Why the fuck is Wolfric there?
Custom characters. Like, you know those random lords you can...
Wolfric the Wanderer. No,
Wait, it's actually Wolfric?
Yeah, he's by the burning monolith, going to, you know...
Oh, well, that's
kick the
because he
shit out
works
of
for Throg.
Archaon.
That's because he works for Throg now.
Yeah.
Throg took all of the Norskins. See, I have something that is going to ruin this life. What is it? Oh yeah, snipers. Wow, they have a lot of damage for 46, but it's armor piercing as well, and it's anti-large. So if he's actually got enough mass while riding on that bloodhound, that actually could make that worse on him too. The
Okay,
anti-large would kick in. So this is pretty good. Definitely a good army there, Darius.
Archaon's only got 4 territories left.
Yes, but it's more to my father, considering father used to have one of those 4. But that's okay, because they can never kill him, because the final one can never be taken. Good luck to them to take it. It's
But yeah, do you ever went past the Port of Secrets?
What? Where?
Just to the left of the Tower of Torment where your boss is.
No, there's no reason for me to.
Oh, you should. You should have a wander over there where you get a chance.
That's just a waste of turns. There's no reason for me to go over there when there's no one over there that could help me. And or likes me.
Yeah, it might be.
It's like, so.
You might find Mal. Yeah, over there.
No, he's dead. He got destroyed. Unless dwarves are able to come back too, and I'm wrong about that, and all factions have a chance to be respawned. Yeah, he's dead. He died in the first 20 turns.
Which is sad.
Like, and guess who killed him? It was Ezio. The opponent I got rid of. But speaking of Ezio, he's just sitting here raiding me. I wonder if he's just gonna sit here forever. He's got to him, and next turn, this gets walls. So, yeah, he might be screwed. I think he's just gonna be a wandering snake with nowhere to go. As deserved, since he's such a failure, to be fair. And terrible. So, yes. Alright, let me skip through all the imminent rebellion where? Oh yeah, see, Volkskrog's just got it bad, man. It's because all the rest of their territories are ruled by Khorne. Only Volkskrog's in our control. That's why the devotion stays at -11. It's not as bad as it could be, but we're basically permanently on the bottom scale of devotion for over here. Thank God they can't revolt fully. But that's why we need to eventually start this battle next stream pretty quickly. Because we need to start
so we
hitting
ended
stuff.
it this turn, did you say?
Yeah, we are, because I gotta go use the restroom. I fended off the beast once, but that means my stomach took a small step back, the way I control my stomach. I can feel it, like, wanting to say, hey, bathroom. But my brain's not letting it fully commit yet.
Hey,
so
wake up.
it's doing that, basically, but I'm ignoring it. At least until we end it right now, so I'm gonna save it. So let me make our save.
Well, if it turns out the Elizabeth have killed Thorax so hard he's only got one territory left, I would howl my ass off.
I mean, that would be hilarious, but... Alright, it's saved.
Fuck you, Darius. No. Fuck
Please
you,
don't
fuck you,
give
fuck you.
me
No,
hope,
don't
Gabe.
me with this. Fuck you, I exit first. Fuck you, Darius.
What happened? Why you say don't give me hope? What happened?
I give you hope, Darius.
Did you find
I
out
have
the
hope you
Lord?
can do it.
Did you see something that hints that maybe the Lord of Metal is still alive there, out there somewhere? There's no way Franz has better melee stats than Arbol.
Does he?
Well, I can't look at it and compare it right now. We'll have to do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but hold on. Maybe flat stats. I actually could believe that. Because he possesses Galbaraz, the hammer that destroys Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
I could see that, but here's the other offset. The problem's not the flat stats. It's all the damn passives Arbol has. Those are what spikes him up above 100 as he starts to fight you. That's what turns him in. It's that rage. It's that Slayer. As you hit the Slayer, guess what happens? Slayer hits you harder back. So, it's more about overtime problem than just flat stats. I do think, most likely, Carl, straight up, if there weren't a bunch of passives happening, could probably beat him. Straight up in 1v1. But, gonna need to debuff him with your sister. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. If we both end up hitting him at the same time, then it could just be Tazarina and Carl versus him. Because she can freeze him and debuff some of the damage he can do, while Carl takes the hits and fights back. Plus, your Deathclaw hopefully has more health than the stuff that's been fighting him so far. And so, Theodore has almost his stats. Ah, okay. And that works too. Hell, if you hit him with ball 3, that's probably going to be a pretty guarantee he might not win that. Oh no, are we about to... No, Darius, I don't know if you realize what we just did. You just realized there's 3 people we're about to jump in with at the same time. So this seems familiar. Except one of them's a sister this time. So it's 2 brothers and 1 sisters instead of 3 brothers. Interesting. We literally just accidentally recreated Shu, forcing Lu Bu to leave because of Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Liu Bei fighting him at the same time. Like, Felix is also in the fight. He's Zhao Yun. He's just there to spectate and just be in awe of Liu Bei. Which in this case, Liu Bei would be Karl Franz. Theodore's probably Guan Yu. And I'm gonna say my sister is Zhang Fei. Because I don't believe the sister is Liu Bei. Maybe personality-wise, or as far as stats-wise, that'd be true. But it's just kind of weird to call her Liu Bei. 76 melee attack is not spectating. I mean, it is when your opponents are rocking 90s and 100s. Or your allies and your opponents. Now, technically, I will say he is higher, than Tazarina, damage-wise in that situation, but... What about the 44 snipers? But they're just gonna help. We may want to make this look cool, but we're not taking no chances. You still shoot him with those. If they get a shot because it's only heroes blocking the shots and their hitboxes and line of sight don't get in the way as much, you let them do that. As much as I want this to be a cool cinematic end and then it's like the 3 brothers versus the Lu Bu of Warhammer. In this case, one's a sister of battle. That would be cool, but how broken he is in general. Remember, even with heroes, the more heroes fighting him, the stronger he will get. Meaning my debuffs will have less effect. And so we will have to play that carefully, which is why I wholeheartedly say you let those snipers just do their thing and hit him with inscrutable democracy. There's no honor here. You're getting jumped exactly. Because the gunners won't count towards his passive, his thirst for battle. It's only things around him in a short radius. So, yeah, just let the heroes distract and let the snipers do their job.
Yep.
But, alright, chat, I'm going to end mine here for now since we can't sadly continue for tonight. I'm going to go take my break that I have to now take. And then we are going to pick this up Friday. Now, the rest of this week, and be forewarned for everyone that's watching my channel, the next few days are only going to be Doom. We are only going to be playing Doom Eternal. We're going to finish off the story because we're so close to the end, we might as well do it again. We inadvertently almost did the whole thing on stream because I forgot how short this game actually is. So we're just going to just do it at this point, because after this next level it is the Maker, aka Con Maker herself, and then it's Destroyer. So, unless there's like a mini boss in this level, and I can't remember if there is or not, but we'll find out. But that's tomorrow. We're gonna start early, so I'm gonna try to start I can't start early tomorrow. So we're gonna have to start late tomorrow because unless she doesn't need me to go with her, my mom has an appointment, a doctor appointment tomorrow. So it'll be late if that's the case. So expect like 6, 7 o'clock. Maybe 7:30 if I end up having to go with my mom to the appointment. If I don't, then we're going to start like at 1:30, 2 o'clock. I want to start as early as we can, so we can try to maybe beat the story in one episode, so we can immediately jump DLC. So, which I should be good now, because I bought my control, my replacement, so now we can run backwards at full speed again.
Yeah.
It was so strange that I went so slow backwards, but it was because the dead zone in my left analog stick was bad. Also, it's going to screw up my putting game in golf, because that's why my putting game was so easy. It's because the analog stick wasn't ever registering enough power to overwhelm the putting. It couldn't. It can now. I can hit a putt like a drive now accidentally. Whoops. And so, turns out maybe I just go back to the right analog stick fully, but we'll see when we play when me and James do PGA again at some point. So, but either way, let's see. What did I say, or what did I miss? By Ardnot, I think someone can get Helebron to that level of stupidity, but she doesn't have the explosion or the armor. But her with the right Sword of Cain. Her being built right with the Sword of Cain, she maybe could kill him solo. If the damage is higher, I agree with that. Because Dark Elves have one thing, just like Slaanesh. They may not have that armor, but they're going to get well over 100 melee attack if you do the right things. Especially heroes. It's stupid. Nakari is one of those too. His melee attack can get really out of hand. But he has no armor. He's a glass cannon. So... But I do think if it's high enough, it could just blitzkrieg through the armor and kill him fast enough anyways. But hey, you know. Let's see. But y'all have a good one. Big shout out to Farseer, and of course to the Mad Lad himself, playing as Zeech, if you want to see it from Zeech's perspective, aka Kairos. And also big shout out to Darius as the Empire, allied with me in this great battle against the champion slayer himself, Arbal. So, Friday, next episode, we will try to finish this. all in one episode if we can. We're going to try to work it out where we can start early if we can, and we'll try to get it all done so we can move on to our next series, our little surprise that we have for you guys, where James is going to try to alter history using his Zichi powers for a certain universe.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that next. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the Warhammer thing. We'll see you Friday for the final continuation of this, one way or the other, because I do think we need to end it. So, and then we'll go from there. But thank you so much to everyone. As the Kane loves his breads and unlike corn. That's true. That's true, Farseer. But alright everyone, thank you so much for joining in. And I hope y'all all enjoyed the stream. Let me see what Daria said real quick before we go. I'm fighting for a pay raise for my men. Exactly. But alright everyone, thank you so much, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode. Bye!